What's up, Havelock? Welcome to another Mayor's Minute. I've got another guest with me today, and if you don't know who this is, you definitely should. This is Senator Jim Perry. He is our state senator. He's been hanging out with us today down here in Havelock, which we greatly appreciate. We had an opportunity to go on the base, and he was able to check out what's going on the station, FRC East, and then we've had a little bit of time in Havelock to kind of show him some projects. What have you thought so far about Havelock, Senator?
Oh, it's been great, Will. Thanks for having me today. Had a great time. That was my first time on the base when it wasn't just for an air show, so I got to see a lot of things that I haven't seen before, and really enjoyed it.
And you have been in session for 4,283 days or something like that, right? Y'all were in from January to like 2 weeks ago, right?
It feels like for the last 10 years, I think. But yeah, we just started going skeletal session last week. So we're getting a small break, and we go back October 9th.
Okay, so they get a very small break, and then he's going to go back to work again, and we were fortunate that he could carve a little bit of time out to come to Havelock, which he's been wanting to do for a while. Let's talk about two things. One, I want to talk about, because you guys probably don't know yet, when the budget officially becomes effective today.
It does. It became law today without the governor's signature.
Okay, so once that happened, within that budget, there's $3.5 million for our water system, for planning for our water system and looking towards the future. Can you talk about that a little bit, Senator Perry?
Sure. We were fortunate to be able to get a direct appropriation in the budget. So instead of having to go through an application process and hope that you get a grant, when we actually name the municipality during the budget process, it guarantees that the money's going to be there. So it should provide the planning money that you need for your next phase of water and sewer.
And you might be wondering, how do we get to that, right? So we've got, as y'all all know, we've got the bypass, and you've got both ends of it and the potential development that's happening. And as good stewards of your money and your resources, we're constantly looking at how we can be prepared for future development. And having those conversations with Senator Perry and with other folks, Representative Tyson and some other folks for our district, they all were like, oh man, this seems like a great thing. This is what's good for North Carolina, good for our district. And so they helped us out with that project, which we're very grateful for.
Yeah, glad to do it.
And the other one, which we have to talk about, and most of you aren't even tracking this, but I have to say, momentous isn't even the right word. Like, I haven't even thought of the right word yet. Probably the single largest appropriation in North Carolina's history that wasn't transportation related, certainly on this end of the state, is a building that the state is going to build in a Lend-Lease partnership with FRC East and the Department of the Navy in order to get some C-130 work here, right? And so you were on the forefront of that. You were tip of the spear when that started, knowing that was important to us. So tell us a little bit about that appropriation and what that means.
Sure, it is it is the largest appropriation we've seen in the East that is not just solely transportation related and paid over time. So whenever we knew the districts were going to change, and right after the election, but before I took over the district, I had some conversations with various individuals down here. Don't want to get anyone in trouble, but they were making sure that I was plugged into the need and what opportunity we saw with the additional, bringing additional C-130s in and the changes they would need for F-35s. So we were able to put together a game plan. We had some different meetings in Raleigh to help other people understand the need, right? Because everyone advocates for their community, and $350 million is a lot of money. So people start thinking about how they could use it in their area. But we were able to tell the story and help people understand why it was so critical for our area. You know, this isn't just about Craven County. This isn't just about Lenoir County. When you start talking about over 4,000 jobs, we pull people in from a multi-county area, and economic development doesn't stop at an imaginary county line, right? So this is something that's good for the entire region.
Right, and you heard the number, $350 million, which is huge. But if you think about the impacts that money could have for generations, because you know, it'll be a couple years, a building will get built, they'll be working on C-130s in Kinston at the Global Trans Park as part of the footprint that's here in Havelock and Craven County. And it's going to increase the number of jobs that are available, not just today, but we're talking about if you're watching this right now and you have a 6th grader in your household who wants to work on an airplane, who wants to be a part of naval aviation or FRC East and supporting the fleet, this is creating opportunities for them. Because when we need people in the workforce 10, 12, 15 years from now, those kids are in middle school right now. And that's the vision that fortunately the state had along with all of us to say this was the right thing for Eastern North Carolina and for FRC East and the health of that organization, which is your largest industrial employer east of I-95 with over 4,000 employees.
That's right. It's huge for the area. It's the right path for us to be in, and I think it'll pay dividends for a long time.
And you're not talking about $30,000 a year jobs. You're talking about average wages of well over $70,000 a year. These are good paying, good benefit jobs. And we were super excited for the state to get partnered on that because we are the military is the number 2 largest industry in the state behind agriculture.
That's right.
And we love it when the state supports that and sees how important that is. You've been at the front of that and we've really appreciated that. So you heard it here first. Senator Jim Perry, friend of Eastern North Carolina, certainly a friend of Havelock, FRC East, even the nation when you start talking about this one and the work that went into it. All right, it's been a great day in Havelock. It is, I know you're gonna be watching this whenever, but it's after 5 o'clock. We've still got another hour or two's worth of work to do because that's how our job goes. But we wanted to talk to you for a couple minutes about Havelock and Senator Perry's work down here with us. More to come. Y'all will go into a short session next year, and we'll be talking about more things, and hopefully we've got a long relationship with Senator Perry in Eastern North Carolina. Anything you want to add, sir? You feel good about today?
Man, it's been a great day. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the hospitality. I've enjoyed it and look forward to spending more time here.
Right on. Well, y'all have a great afternoon. Until next time, enjoy Havelock.